Hello, traders. Welcome back to another daily recap for Friday, August 9, 2024. It's currently about 8:12 a.m. Eastern. We've got some time until the market opens. Don't see any data releases or anything scheduled that could jolt the market. And the levels are kind of spread out like they've been lately. I really have nothing between this zone up here and this level down at 523.90 other than this light blue line. So it's identified a different way. I don't have as much confidence. It could work, but it really depends on what's going on if and when they get down there today. The other levels and zones I feel more confident about. And something else I want to show you, but it's going to need to be on the daily chart. You see this zone up here, the light blue dashed lines and this little box I made. So I'm just doing a little experiment. I'm going to keep these levels up here. This is the area basically when this is the place in time around August 15th, August 16th, which is a week from now, next Thursday and Friday. If, I'm just this hypothetical here, if they can get up there quickly the next week, this area could be an important area for a reaction back down. And basically, what I'm saying is an important area they'd have to get above to stay bullish. But if they don't, then there's a lot of things going on right here at this place in time. The price and time converge right here. We'll see. I'm just going to keep this on there. You couldn't see it in the 1 minute chart, but there it is on the daily chart. And we'll just follow along and see what happens. Nothing may become of it, but we'll find out within a week or so. After the market closes today, we'll come back to this 1 minute chart to examine the price action during the open session and talk about any trades that may have been triggered in the E-minis. I'll catch you on the other side. It is now almost 7:30 p.m., end of the day, end of the week. How did the trading go today? It should be easy to spot the place on the chart that we identified this morning before the opening bell that price was attracted to, this zone right here. So how would you have traded the zone? I'm not going to adjust the levels. I don't adjust the levels for zones. The idea of a zone is that price is likely to react anywhere from within the middle of the zone, like the middle of these two levels, which defines the zone. So you can either scale in anywhere you want within the zone or pick a place in the middle. I found that if I'm paying close attention to what my other analysis charts are telling me, I can usually fine tune a spot within the zone to enter the trade. I like buying and or selling in the middle of zones, basically trying to get the best price whenever possible. So the bottom of this zone worked for a nice base hit fairly quickly. When the SPY hit 532.36, short trade would have been triggered and your base hit pulled out within a minute or so. Since I view the entire zone as one big level, once they satisfy a trade within the zone, pull away, I don't really want to trade it again, at least not on the short side in this case. So I'm okay for a recycle trade if another time has elapsed, and there barely was enough time here. So that's one thing. When they came back into it, this is kind of a good example to talk about here. So first of all, it's also a good example to show why the first hit is the best hit. I'm not going to take another short trade. As you can see, the next time they came up into the zone, it did not react the same way, not the right kind of reaction. It wasn't the same. So we had a little bit of time here. I would like to see more time, but they came back up in here. So here's what happened. The first time they attempted the top of this zone, they came up within, 5 cents right here at this level. And the top extreme of this zone, and that's off limits now because that's a near miss, a classic near miss. They bounced up more than enough to give 4 points within a minute or two, and they came back. So you don't want to touch this, and really you want the best price. If you want to trade the zone again for recycle, the best thing to do is buy near the bottom, like the bottom extreme, or the middle somewhere. The best price is the bottom, obviously, because anywhere is valid. So if you scaled in or bought toward the bottom, basically, since I'm treating each level independently, this is a no trade. The top, the bottom is a valid trade, and it worked. They hit it almost to the penny. Went below within 2 cents or so, 2 pennies, 532.34, bounced up. So there's your base hit. So that's your trades for today. A base hit here and a base hit on the recycle of this same zone using the bottom of that zone, following the rules. And for comparison, here are my trades as they happened in real time. Notice the time in the lower right-hand corner. So I'll move ahead here to show you what I did. So I had an order at some point in the system. I did narrow down a specific price. There was an order you saw right there in the system. I think it was 532.50 that I wanted to go short at. Turned out to be a really good price. But in the meantime, here we go. I jumped in on a long trade right here, and I gave myself a fumble threshold, a pretty decent range here. If they got below this and closed certain candles, I would jump out. Thought I could get some on their way back up because I saw a few things happening on other charts that gave me some confidence that they would probably climb. I don't normally jump into the middle of a trade like this, or when they're moving. And because I don't really have a process defined to do something like, what to do if X happens, then what should I do, right? I want to account for all scenarios. So I ended up moving this down to essentially a base hit. I got like 4.7, almost 5 points. When I came back down, it couldn't get up to this 10-point mark here. And so it was 200. You can see the closed P&L down here in a minute. There we go, 235. That's after commission. So 237.50 or something like that. And then, so I still have this order up here at 532.50. And in a minute, you'll see me put some reference levels. There we go. So 60, 532.60. So if SPY hits 532.60, then sell. I think I sold 2 contracts. There we go. And I just got a base hit. So 4 points, and they came down quite a bit more than that. But I really wasn't sure. I mean, it's just, safe to play by the rules. Could have got more, but I'm happy with what I got. There's the day. I ended the day with that after commissions for 637.50, something like that. And that's pretty much it. I actually stopped around 11:30 or so. There's the end of this recording, and just ignored this for the rest of the day. And because on a Friday in the summertime, the volume was starting to dry up a lot too at this point. Entering the middle of the day, afternoon on a Friday, I didn't want to get surprised by something unusual. I was happy to take what I got already at this point in the morning. Over on the tracking logs, this is the playing by the rules log. I'm just showing the last 2 weeks here, and of course the totals are for everything like this: 108, 217, 325 per number of contracts traded for all this time you see up here. But just showing you the last couple weeks. This is the last day of my vacation. Well, I've got one more day, but I'm not going to trade tomorrow, of course. It's Saturday. So anyway, this is where we ended with your 8 points playing by the rules. You can see the notes here starting at level 4 base hit. Wouldn't have triggered the level here because of the near miss, and then you would have got a base on the level 4 on the recycle side of it. And then my trades were a little different. Basically, I got the base hit there, but I did a kind of an ad hoc, unplanned trade for a few more points. So my total was 637.50 or so. And here is the data filtered from March of 2024 through current time, playing by the rules. So you can see the daily averages and totals, and then my trades. And the reason I'm doing this, and I've said this before, but I'll probably continue to say this for those of you who are just tuning into this channel, is that starting in the middle of March, I started keeping track of my personal trades to compare them to playing by the rules. Because as you can see today, that's one example of many days that I just take a few creative liberties, and it tends to work out a little better based on what I'm seeing in real time on my other analysis charts. So that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Monday morning, back at it with new levels. And thanks for liking this video, subscribing to the channel. Appreciate the support. Thanks. Have a great weekend.